What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off today with the Providence. Now, I have to clarify, this is the first Inspiration series episode that we've done since the new update with the totally reworked vanilla blocks. So, when we get builds like these that are purely vanilla builds, there's two factors. One, I think they're going to look a whole heck of a lot better, because the new blocks look great. But two, is it also means that there may be appearances and things that the original builder did not intend. So there's that. So keep that in mind. For example, something like this where you have the button panels on the side. I don't think the button panels originally had the control panel that glows. So the blue lights on the end may not be something that was an intended effect. But overall, I really like the new blocks, so I'm not sweating it. I think it looks awesome. One thing I noticed was they took the yellow out of these hangar doors, which is a great improvement in my opinion. Unless that's a painted... That might be painted that way, I'm not really sure. But still, yeah, overall, really like the new blocks. If you haven't seen the new blocks, I highly encourage you to either download, if you have the game, download the first world, or the tutorial world, or whatever it is, the new campaign mode, and play through it that way. If you do, or you just haven't, or if you don't and you just haven't seen the new blocks, then I encourage you to check out their video about the new update. But, that said, let's take a look at this guy. Now, this one is actually pretty cool, especially with the new blocks. It benefited greatly from it. Not that it was bad before, it just looked better than the screenshots. That's the one thing, a lot of these were uploaded before the update, so the screenshots look a little different. It actually makes for an interesting comparison. Now, it's designed as a support ship. It's not really designed to be like a heavy battle cruiser kind of thing, but it does have a bombardment system, which I may or may not get into. I don't really know. It kind of intimidates me a little bit. I'm always afraid I'm going to break stuff. Now, I see two access points here. This is probably the... Is this extendable? This might not be extendable, but it looks like there's a door to open that, and I don't see a button to open that hangar from the outside. There's obviously the hangars on the side, and I believe we saw... There they are. Two doors. One on each side. Oh, come on, don't do that to me now. Okay. We got the medical room going that way, resource processing that way, power room B, and ramp access. Now, is there anything going this way? Cryo chambers, and a vent. So that's pretty cool. These look like the programmable blocks here. A flight seat there, though for what, I'm not sure. Danger! Danger! Jetpack required. Okay. Now that's kind of a cool effect. I don't know if you could see the turbines moving before, or if these new ones actually show it. Either way, that's a cool effect. I like that. Oh, that's why they're saying jetpack required, is because you have to get up there. So this is power room B, looks like. Curious where power room A is. Alright, so here's the main hangar, I guess. So this is where the side doors would come out at. And you've got connectors that no doubt attach into the conveyor system and storage. Power room A, ah, there we go. Control room small hangar is this way. Alright. So, we've got I think this is the damage readout, and the information system on the main panel there with a flight seat there. That might be the actual control terminal. Okay, it is. So this is the control for the flight seat. Now we've got cameras all over the place. Forward, missile launchers, forward top, left, right, up. Bombardment, so I'm assuming that's down. Rear. And then you can select missile launchers. Now, if we were in bombardment and we fire the rocket launchers... Okay, so that's not what those are. These are missile launchers. Got it. And then from Control 2, We have timer blocks to turn the attack mode on and off, landing gear, beacon, antenna, auto balance. I'm not really sure what this is. I didn't read too thoroughly in the description. And then this is phase 1, I'm assuming, bombardment, and this is phase 2, I guess, for stop. Atmo thrusters, large and small. Hydrogen thrusters, batteries, hangar doors, connectors, decoys, gravity generator, connector on the right, and then it looks to be clear. So since we're already here, let's enable attack mode. Oh! That's interesting. It's targeting that debris that I never cleared out from a previous episode. That's really funny. Okay, we're actually going to turn this off because I have block damage turned off, I believe. So that's just going to shoot at that indefinitely. I need to get rid of that. Totally forgot about that. Alright, now this is the bombardment camera. Let's try phase 1 for the bombardment stuff. Okay. It looks like we're having some merge block snapping issues here. Let's see. Oh, I'm not able to control the ship from here, it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna wait for them to... Let's turn this off and let them... They're probably not gonna snap back. So we've got a decoy and a warhead. That's an interesting setup, because essentially the decoy would keep other ships from being able to shoot the warhead, I guess. I think that's the idea behind that. And the projectors would keep making more of them, and it would just keep attacking things. Unfortunately, it looks like that's a weapon system and a... Oh, wow, this is loud in here. It seems like that's a weapon system and not a flight system, so you probably have another control for the flight controls somewhere else. Which is a little bit... if I'm getting that right, I could totally be screwing it up. Because that's not really an uncommon thing in my videos. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert on these things. I just walk through them. But yeah, so it seems kind of, if I've got that right, it seems like you would have to have the pilot move or something to get the merge blocks to separate. They keep kind of trying to snap back, which is not ideal behavior for something you want to launch. Where am I now? This looks like an engineering room, maybe? Arc furnace, assemblers, refineries. Okay, so this is the processing area. Production stuffs. Got it. And then we're back up into power room B. Docking access, ramp access, resource processing, medical room. We went the other way before. Please exit this room when... Ah! When no longer in use. Interesting. So I could be wrong, because I'm not really finding another control... Oh, wait a minute. No, maybe that other flight seat that we found was the one where you fly it. I don't know. It didn't seem like we were able to fly from that seat, so I'm not really sure about that one. But, like I said, I derp things up all the time, so... Totally could have been my fault. But, actually, I think, on that note... I think we kind of seen everything there is to see on this ship at the moment, so we're going to wrap things up for this one, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next up we have the Exploration Light Cruiser, or Carrier, I forget. Check the description for all the proper names and things, as always, because I never get them right. As the name implies, I believe this one is supposed to be kind of a exploration-based and not necessarily a super-duper combat-focused ship. And once again, I do like the new thrusters and things on this kind of ship. I think they did a good job on the new blocks. They just feel a bit more finished, I guess. A bit better looking, more refined, more realistic. So it was... apparently this is a redesign or a retooling of an original former design. And one of the things that was changed was there are no longer atmospheric thrusters. It's primarily ion and hydrogen thrusters. So they've increased hydrogen tanks and stuff from the previous one. They also... some of these I got, some of these I didn't. Some of them I kind of speed read through. Sped read? Sure. There used to be a hangar in the front here, in the mouth, and it has been relocated to the neck, and I believe it's in the bottom. Now, there are broadside missiles out here. Holy crap! So, I don't know how much of a beating it can take, but if you're on the side of this sucker, you could surely dish it out. That's kind of a no-brainer. That would hurt bad. Okay, so... I think this is the there it is. Okay, so you would fly up in the middle, almost like a Star Destroyer. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's kind of neat that it's actually hollow in the middle under here. And you just fly up and in, and with the doors open, you park in here. So technically the hangar is still here. The access point has just moved from where they said it originally was located before. So that's kind of cool. Now, there's also side entrances here. Oh, they're actually airlocks. I thought they went somewhere else, but that's actually a way into the hangar. Interesting. And it seems those windows are exposed on the outside. They're not a tunnel. And this here goes down. Where does this go? I want to see that upper catwalk, though. But I kind of want to know where this goes. So we go through here. That's one of the tanks, I think, for the hydrogen thrusters. Okay, there's access points on the side. I don't know where these go, though. This looks like a reactor, oxygen tanks. I hear a refinery and assembler type stuff going on. So this must be power and production. We're close to it. Jump drive over there. Access point here. Yeah, that looks like a jump drive there. And another airlock leading to the outside. That's probably why there's an airlock here. Oh, there's the refinery. I walked right past it. And I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to give me a little bit here of leeway, because as they've changed new blocks, there are some things that obviously aren't that much different. The refineries and stuff, they really didn't change a whole lot. But there may be some things where I don't recognize them just right off the bat, because I'm still getting used to how the new stuff looks. I'm imagining this is the main flight seat. Probably. And this goes where? We've got another console there, but this is the med and cryo bay. Same thing over there, it looks like. Maybe. Oh, wait, no. That's probably... You could make that anything. That could be an observation. It could be a, another crew quarters. Probably whatever you want to make it. So this leads up to this catwalk that I wanted to see before, which is really cool. I like this. It's flat on the top and angled on the bottom, and it still lets you walk through it, but it's like you could walk over space, which admittedly I like in video games. I don't know that I'd like that in real life. That would be very terrifying. I guess this is supposed to be the crew quarters, it would seem, since there's a bunch of bunk-looking things. Oh, I missed a door to the side. Okay, and this goes up to the hangar. Okay, or up from the hangar. So you have crew quarters there, and then you could go across here. Oh, that other one wasn't the main flight seat, because when we get up here, there's another area. Oh, yes, it is the main flight seat. Okay, I was expecting this to be the main bridge. But it looks like this is more of an observation deck. And then this leads outside to another exterior port. Well, that's cool. There's definitely a couple of different ways to get in and out of the ship. So I kind of like that. And it makes sense. At first I was kind of like, well, that should be the bridge, but since it's primarily supposedly for exploration, this would give you a good view for observational data gathering and so on and whatnot. But I think that'll do it for this one, so let's move on to the last one. Alright, so last but not least, we have the Stellar Arcology dash Hollow Arcadia. I don't know which name it's actually more supposed to be known by. I'm having a little bit of a frame rate hit from this, not too terrible, but I probably lost about 10 to 15, give or take, at any given moment. So bear that in mind. If you have a, you know, subpar rig or something like that, this probably wouldn't work very well for you. However, it's a really, really cool design, and I was very much intrigued by the screenshots and stuff like that. So basically, this is a station that is mobile. It's not, I'm not sure that I'd really want to try and fly it anywhere and just go full bore, but you can move it, as you can see with all the thrusters and everything. So basically, the principle it's based on is that down is relative, where there is no top, bottom, left, right, that kind of thing. It's kind of just a uniform shape, which is kind of really cool. I like it. It's powered by solar farms, as you can see here, and solar panels and so on. So it's supposed to have renewable energy, which is awesome, especially for a live-in space station like this. It's supposed to have enough space, I believe, for 12 players, if you had this on like a multiplayer server or something to that effect. If I can find the hatch. I'm sure there's a door. Maybe on these? Ah, there they are. So you can connect ships and stuff to these via the connectors and landing pads and all that, or landing gears, and then land. Whoops, I went in the wrong way. So, yeah, so there's gravity kind of all over the place. It kind of reminds me almost of the Ender's Game thing, where you could, you know, kind of walk on the ceiling. So lock docking port, unlock docking port, that's self-explanatory. And within each ring, apparently you can kind of do this, which is just walk all the way around. Whee! Now, I don't think there's much of a reason to do that in this particular section, like the landing port one, but as you get into the other ones... No? Okay. Then it would become more apparent. Now, this one... I'm going to see if I can identify them. Okay, this is one of the mobile modules that's basically got all the jump drives. And I know I'm going to get lost in here. This is it, they're all shaped the same. I'm not going to know which way is up. Literally. I think this leads back to another landing port. Yes. Okay, so we don't want to go that way. Now, I will say the one part that I'm not as big of a fan of, it probably wouldn't do it as much in third person as it is in first person, but because of the shifts in gravity, you're constantly kind of fighting your view, which is a little bit annoying. Overall, I think it's kind of worth it for the principal design kind of thing and what it's trying to accomplish, but I do think that's something that could get a little irritating over time. Okay, so we got... Alright, I am getting super lost in here because I just keep finding docking ports. Like left, right, middle. I thought there was an interconnected way. I didn't think you had to leave the station to get to another pod. I might have been incorrect in this theory, but I was kind of under the impression that wasn't necessary. Ooh, dizziness. Oh wait, there I am. Nope, we're back in the same one. Okay, so that... I'm lost. I'm so lost. Oh, man. Is there doors and stuff on the other side? Like down here, maybe? I might just start flying around rather than using gravity so that I can get a better lay of the land. Okay, so that faces out to space, I think. Okay, there's the interfacing. So I need to go See, that's the weird part, is all of the connections aren't lining up anywhere. Okay, so let's go this way. Let's see if this works. And I am just going to open these, because I don't really care about all the pressurization and stuff. I'm trying to figure this out. Now, from here, where are we now? I want to kind of go that way. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is where we came out from. So if you went straight, you'd be going out to space. But if you go up, we should be going to another pod? Ah! Success! We're figuring out how this place works. Okay. Now, I believe this might be the dwelling module. We've got a bed there, and some room here that you could decorate if you had mods or whatever. And because there's 4, and there's cryo chambers here. Alright, so yeah, this is definitely the crew quarters, and then there's a... Oh, that's a conveyor. I thought that was an access hatch for the storage or something. Okay, so once again, this is pointed out to space. This is pointed inward. So I want to go out here, but then down this way. It probably... Now that the vanilla game has corner LCDs and stuff, or slanted ones, it probably would be beneficial for builds like this to have... Ah, okay. Now I'm getting the pattern here. So when you come out of a pod, if you go straight, you're going to go out to space, hence the airlock controls. If you run up next to the vent over here, then you're going to end up going to another pod, I think is the idea. Yep, okay. Okay, we're getting it now. And then within this, you've got the conveyors, or not conveyors, the refineries and assemblers and all that good stuff for production. Okay. Now, let's confirm this theory here. If we go this way... Wait, did I go backwards? I don't think I did. That's going to be the airlock. This is going to go to another one. Aha! Success! And this is the medical, hence the big red cross, with med bays, and I think there's also cryo chambers in here that might only be in the dwelling area, now that I'm looking at it and not seeing any. It's actually kind of trippy a little bit, like how things disappear. Like, you can run around in circles and you're like, all I'm seeing is med bays. Where'd the doors go? Oh, they're over here. You know, like, it's really kind of intriguing how all of that kind of, like, disappears and seems to go its own way. Alright, so then we go this way, I hope. Wait a minute. I might be going backwards. Well, that door's open too. I can't tell which one I've been through now. I flew around too much. I lost my bearings. Come on. Yeah, this one's open too. I don't know. I'm gonna go this way because I feel like... I need to go this way. I hope I'm not backtracking. Alright, so then we go through this one, which should take us... Crap! That's the refinery one. We've already been here. So, let's see. We did dwelling, we did refinery, we did medical, and I feel like there was one that we already visited, and I think there's 5 or 6. Yeah, see, I'm starting to get the hang of this. I'm starting to figure out how to navigate it. Alright, what's this one now? This is the control room, actually. So this is where you would fly the ship from if you wanted to move it. well, station. Not really much of a ship, but it's a big ship, really. So, yeah, very interesting how this is all put together, and I might have missed a few things here or there. I think I'm doing pretty good because I'm actually keeping my bearings sort of, kind of, in a way. Um, so, you know, not really sure. Where's this go? Basically, you just don't want to go down the paths with a console, because if the console's there, it means you're probably going out into space. Unless you want to go out into space, in which case, have fun. This is back to the dwellings. So you can actually go a couple different ways now that I'm figuring out how this thing works. You could go to the right instead of just going... I saw this and I thought we were going down another airlock, but we were actually changing directions. So you're not actually cutting anything out if you go in the left and the right areas, I don't think. Unless you go to the wrong path, like I said, and then you end up going down into an airlock situation. And if you're wanting to go out into space, that's great. If you're not, well, I encourage you to double back. So they all kind of intermeet in the, or intertwined, rather. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap things up for us today on this episode. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.